Do you ever feel like you're just going round and round in your love life? Like you're on this relationship merry-go-round, but somehow you always end up back at square one, alone and kinda lost? If that's you, then let's sit down and have a real talk. You know what? That feeling of loneliness you're wrestling with, that's not just a side issue. It's actually the main thing. Why? Because when we are alone, sometimes it feels like a piece of us is missing, right? And we think, hey, maybe if I find someone, they will fill up that empty spot. But hold on, let's flip that script. Relationships are not about two half puzzles finding someone to patch up missing pieces. It's actually about two whole unique pictures coming together, each complete in their own way. And then sometimes when we meet someone who has done the same, this is where that difficulty finding genuine connection continues. So, if you're jumping into relationships hoping someone else will fix that empty feeling inside, you're setting yourself up for a loop of disappointment. And not just that, you're also throwing someone else into your personal maze and hoping they will find a way out for both of you. So, yes, take that breath. Give yourself that moment. Now, look at yourself. Really look. Start appreciating all those bits and pieces that make you uniquely you. Hey, don't worry. It's not as tough as it sounds. We are right here with you to guide you, to support you in discovering those genuine connections. And trust me, that kind of connection is absolutely worth waiting for. Now, before we get into ways of finding those genuine connections, let's get clear on what exactly is a genuine connection. What does it really mean to connect with someone? Okay, let's clear up any confusion with an example. Sometimes we have all been in those chats that feel like we're just tossing words back and forth, right? Not actually getting each other's points. But sometimes it's different. Sometimes you find yourself in a conversation where it's beyond just words exchange. You know what I'm talking about? That moment when you're not just speaking, but actually connecting. You love to hear what they have to say. You feel that spark light up, the spark of understanding, the need to truly understand their feelings, ideas, and way of thinking. Got that person in mind? Yeah, that's it. That right there is the true essence of a genuine connection. When a conversation turns into something more, something meaningful. When you find out that common ground and a similar frequency, you actually get engaged in something deeper. That feeling of being understood, of someone genuinely getting you, that's a rare and beautiful thing. And when you find it, it's like everything clicks into place. And that's exactly what we're searching for in our relationships. But besides those deep, emotional conversation moments, genuine connections is also about joyful interactions. That feeling of being uplifted and valued. Supportive vibes that make both of you feel good about yourselves. And here is where it gets more interesting. Now, let's not sugarcoat it. Making these connections requires a lot of effort, vulnerability, and a willingness to step into that emotional arena that enrich your life, bring out the best in you, and help you grow. So, let's explore some key ways to cultivate connected and authentic relationships. 1. You shouldn't depend on your relationship to make you happy or feel good about yourself. You may have seen those movies and read those novels where falling in love seems like the only path to true joy, right? But the reality check is, no relationship can thrive under the pressure of being your only source of happiness. That's not love, it's codependency. Because when you lean too much on your partner for your sense of identity, you lose touch with who you truly are. And that's when things start to get a bit wobbly. You might find yourself bending over backward, twisting into a pretzel just to keep that source of joy flowing. But that's not the real joy. That's just a fear of losing what you think is making you happy. So what's the better approach? Build your own happiness. Invest in your own growth. Discover what makes you tick. Find joy in your hobbies, your passion, your dreams. When you have your own sources of happiness, you're not coming in empty-handed, asking your partner to fill you up instead. You bring a whole new level of energy and vitality to your relationship. And that, my friends, is the recipe for a connection that is resilient and real. 2. Face and embrace obstacles rather than trying to escape them. Don't shy away from challenges in relationships. Expect them, even welcome them. Well, every relationship has them, and that's not a bad thing. In fact, It's these very challenges that can turn a relationship into an incredible tool for personal growth. Why? Because when you are facing a challenge with your partner, maybe a disagreement or a misunderstanding occurs, but you will learn. You will learn how to communicate better, how to understand and be understood, and how to handle and get out through tough times together. And while working through conflict, you may open up new levels of intimacy and self-awareness. In these moments, you are growing and evolving by learning about your triggers, your communication style, and how to be more empathetic. It is about learning and becoming a better version of yourself. 3. Cherishing the present together. Moving on to our third key point. Genuine connection is not just about enjoying activities, movies, and cuddling. It's about the quality of the moments you share. Those times when you are really opening up about your thoughts, feelings, rather than discussing what they have done in the past or what you hope they will be in the future. It's about seeing and appreciating your partner for who they are at this very moment, where you both can truly connect, share, and understand each other on a deeper level. 4. Establishing healthy boundaries. Now, let's talk about the fourth crucial point, boundaries. Being your authentic self and allowing intimacy to blossom can be thrilling, no doubt. But it's easy to get so caught up in this excitement that you forget to pay attention to what works for you and what doesn't. Well, by setting boundaries, we don't mean building walls between you and your partner. It's about knowing and respecting your limits and communicating them clearly so that you don't lose your sense of self, mutual respect, and personal space. 5. Balance in giving and receiving. Next up, let's talk about the give and take in relationships. For a genuine connection to thrive, there needs to be a balance. Both partners should contribute their thoughts, feelings, time, and attention. If you find yourself always in the giver's role, ask yourself, how can I open up space for my partner to contribute more? And if you're more on the receiving end, think about what you can offer. Maybe there are 3 specific things you can do for your partner this week, via which you can show your support and encouragement more actively. 6. Embracing total acceptance. Lastly, genuine connection means complete acceptance. Well, accepting doesn't mean tolerating mistreatment or abuse. It means accepting their flaws as well, appreciating their boundaries, their mood swings, their thoughts, and their whole self. This acceptance is what deepens your connection, making it more authentic and respecting. Alright, soul sinkers, we have unpacked a lot today about genuine connections. Now it's your turn. Drop your experiences and thoughts in the comments to create a ripple of sharing. Hit that subscribe button for more heart-to-heart talks. And hey, join our social media family for more vibrant stories, insights, and add a unique thread to our growing community.